Namaste dosto. Imagine you are building your dream house. Would you build it in the middle of chaotic open market with no boundaries, no fencing? Probably not. You want your own plot of land with a fence, a gate, and control over who comes in and out, right? In the AWS cloud, a virtual private cloud VPC is exactly that. Your own private isolated section of cloud, like your personal gated community or housing society, where your resource lives securely. Today we are laying foundation of almost everything you will do in your AWS account. Understanding and creating your first VPC is essential for the security, organization, and controlling your network traffic. Let's build our digital gated community. A VPC basics: creating your first virtual network. What is AWS VPC? Your private isolated network within your AWS cloud. This is the whole cloud, and you want to own small section from it, right? So this is called as VPC. Isolated network within your whole AWS cloud. Logically isolated from other virtual network. Let's say this is B's virtual network, this is C's. So these are all isolated. You have full control over your virtual networking environment, your foundation for launching AWS resource, that is EC2 instance or many other services. A VPC is like your own private piece of land in a vast AWS infrastructure. It gives you control over the IP addresses, subnets, routings, and network gateways. Think of it as a drawing boundaries of your digital housing society. VPC analogy: your gated community. VPC, an entire gated community or housing society. CIDR block: the total area address range, like society plot number 1 to 100. Subnet: different blocks or a street within a society, A block, B block, C blocks, and so on. Internet gateway: a main security gate connecting outside world. Let's say this is your society and the fencing of it is called as VPC. CIDR blocks mean total area address ranges. Let's say your building are divided into four subnets or 4 areas. Like this is 1 to 100, this is 101 to 200, this is 201 to 300, and so on, 301 to 400, likewise, right? So this is called as CIDR. In our language we used to call it IP addresses, right? So you differentiate these 4 areas, right? From 100 to 1 to 100, 101 to 200, 201 to 300, and 301 to 400. So this, every block is called as subnet. Here you can see subnet, okay? And in this whole society you need one gate, right? You need one gate. Due to this gate, all these subnets are able to connect it to the outer world, right? This is a outer world and this is your inner world. If you want to connect your inner world to the outer world, you need internet gateway. The main security gate, this is connecting to the outside world. This is the outside world, right? Let's make it super relatable. Your VPC is a big corporate house. We call it society in Pune or Bangalore. CIDR block is a total defining address in your society, like room 101, 201, 301, and so on. Subnets like different lands, different area, like block A, block B, block C, that I have explained in the sheet earlier. Yeah, that's all about subnet and CIDR. Internet gateway, you can connect it yourself with the outer world. The key components you will build. CIDR block: define your IP range, like this is your IP range 10.0.0.0/16. Public subnet: these are key components. What are the key components? CIDR block, public subnet, internet gateway, and routing table, right? A CIDR block: define your IP address range, like this one is our range. Every, let's say first building name 10.0. just like 1.0/16, another one is 2.0/16, this is same 3.0/16, likewise. Public subnet: a segment within your VPC that can access the internet. This is our society, so this is our public subnet. So these are able to access the internet, and internet will access them, right? Public subnet. Internet gateway: allow communication between VPC and the internet. This gate, this is known as IGW, right? What is routing table? How your traffic flows inside your building, right? Let's say you want to flow from A to B, B to C, and C to D. So this is the flow. How will you decide the traffic go in this way only? Because only of routing tables, right? So rules the direct network traffic from your subnets. So for our basic setup today, we will define our society boundaries like CIDR. Then we will create a street called subnet. Let's call it a public subnet because anyone can access it. To connect public subnet to the streets, we are using internet gateway called society gate. Finally, we need signboards. This sidebone is called as routing tables. If we want to go this way, like outside, don't worry, we will see it in action. It is simple than it sounds. So this is your AWS console. Now we are going to buy a small piece of land in whole AWS infrastructure. So how can we buy it? Create a VPC. Let's call it as my VPC. Let's call it as so we have created our first VPC. That means we have created our first land. We have bought our first land, right? Now we need to build our society. So for that we need to build multiple subnets. So how are we going to build it? Is create subnet. Name is inside this VPC. So first VPC name like an availability zone 1A. And just no preference 6. So this is our first subnet. Now we can create multiples as well, right? I am also going to create another subnet now. Subnet means blocks. Now another one is block. This is block B. This is block A. This is block B. Range is 1.0, 2.0. This must be distinct. You can't create with the same range, right? So you can't have a 2 room with same number like 101, 101, right? That's how it's works. Now I am going to create route table. So before that I need to create a gate for the society. You forgot the gate that connected our inner world with outer world, right? So that's called internet gateway. In our language we call it as a home gate kind of thing. Yeah, home gate. Internet gateway short form is IDW, right? So create. Now I am going to attach it to the VPC, right? Attach to the VPC. Which VPC? This VPC. So we are attached this gate to the Pratik VPC. It's only got civil engineering, right? Now I am going to create route table. So by default, one default route table will be created. We are going to create new one. Create route table called navigator. Okay. And VPC is this one. So now I am going to came here. You will see resource map. We had route table this one, but we have not connected it. So this is block A, block B, and this is our default route table. This is now I am going to change it, right? You can see this navigator will connect it to block A and B and also connect it to the home gateway, home gate IGW, right? How I am going to do it? Using route table, right? Came here, route, edit route, add 0. Now I am going to add it internet gateway. You can see first we have connected. Now you can go and see it. We have connected that gate with our society. Came here. You can see, right? This gate is connected with our navigator. Any resource like compute, EC2. Now I am going to explain in technical terms. Let's say you launch one EC2. This is called machine on cloud, right? EC2. And they want to access some files from the internet. Before, this is not connected, right? So they are not able to access it. Now they are able to access it. As simple as that. Now I'm going to connect this A and B with associate subnet, edit subnet, block A and B is connected, save. You can see now flow is completed. Why is sorry? Here's the flow. You can see block A and B are connected to the navigator and home gateway. So now I am going to explain you using diagram as well what we have done. So yeah, this is our VPC. You can see here Pratik VPC. Name is Pratik VPC. And we have divided this building called name Pratik VPC into two parts. Let's say we are going to divide like this way. This is block A and this is block B, right? If block A people want something from the outside world like milk, because we don't have dairy inside our building, name called Pratik VPC. So how they are going to do it? this society don't have gate, right? So I am going to create one gate here. This is called as home gate IGW. So this gate helps people to reach outside the world and buy something, right? Okay. And where is navigator? So how these people flow outside this gate and reach the dairy, this is a job of navigator, or called as routing table. Now in technical term, let's say this is your VPC in AWS and you launch one web app here and another web app here in both subnets. So these web app need some files from the GitHub, and GitHub is here outside your society or outside your home. How they can reach to GitHub? First they contact with the navigator. Hey, I want file from the GitHub, and navigator tell, okay, this is the way. Now navigator tell the both web application came here. This is our home gateway, and it has access everything from the outside. Then they give permission, yeah, let's go to the GitHub, and they came to the GitHub, got file, take this file and get inside it. So this is the mota flow of VPC. Now we also have Terraform files for the same. I am going to explain what resource we are going to use inside our Terraform file here only. AWS VPC resource, define your VPC. If you want to define your VPC inside your Terraform file, you need to use this resource. If you want to define your subnet inside your Terraform file, you need to use AWS subnet resource. Create a subnet within the VPC. AWS Internet Gateway, provision your internet access point. We used to call this home gate IGW. This is how we are going to create using this one. AWS routing table, AWS route, define traffic routing, right? So this is called as navigator. So yeah, let's go to the Terraform file now. This is our Terraform file. First I am going to apply it, then going to explain it, right? Terraform. You first need to do Terraform init, just like npm init now. It's going to download all dependencies that we need for Terraform code, right? Now Terraform. Yeah, you can see this is our VPC ID. First I am going to show where we have created this VPC. You can see this is our AWS VPC. This is responsible for creating VPC inside a cloud. So the name of VPC is pratiksontakketech and the range is 10.0.0/16. You can see the range, you can see the name, right? Okay. Now I am going to create subnet, right? So subnet, what's the name of subnet? pratiksontakketech public subnet 1. You can see here as well. This is the subnet and range is 10.0.1.0. You can see 24. Another one is AWS Internet Gateway. This is responsible for creating internet gateway on the cloud like AWS. You can see, go inside the internet gateway and you can see here pratiksontakketech IGW, right? This is the internet gateway and already attached to pratiksontakketech VPC, right? So society and society parts like areas or blocks and gate is created, right? Now I am going to show you AWS route table. You can see now, come to the route table. Inside the routes, you can see we attach gateway ID. AWS Internet Gateway, main gateway ID. You can see what's the name of it? pratiksontakketech IGW. You can see cursor moves here, right? This one, na? pratiksontakketech IGW. It's already connected. If you go here, na, we'll see. pratiksontakketech IGW, na? This one I want. pratiksontakketech IGW, right? It's already connected here, right? Now I am going to associate subnet with it. This is our association subnet, and I'm just going to reload it. You can see pratiksontakketech public subnet 1 is already associated. Where he got it from? Here. AWS route table association subnet ID is this one. What's the name of it? This is our subnet ID, sorry. pratiksontakketech public subnet 1. pratiksontakketech public subnet 1. And it's already associated. You can see here. And this is our output. Output of VPC ID and subnet ID. You can see here. Yeah, same. So that's all about Terraform file. Link is in the description as usual. So we have built our first digital gated community on AWS VPC. We defined its boundaries using CIDR, Create a street using subnet. Set up a main gate using internet gateways. Put up a signboards using routing tables. This is a fundamental building block. From here, you can add more subnets like private or public or both as per your requirements. Set up a security guard using security groups and much more. And make sure destroy after using. You can see here it destroyed, right? And refresh it destroyed. Yeah, if you found this helpful, don't forget to follow and subscribe to pratiksontakketech and share. And what VPC topic do you want to see in the next lecture? Drop in the comment below. If you have any question, also drop in the comments. I will read them. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.